did you see the defensive edge come out for this team in the third quarter?
It's like deep thoughts by Micah Norrie. Huh? Obviously, I was really direct at halftime. In that second quarter, they shot 76% and scored 41 points. That's embarrassing. And we all should take that personally, myself and the players that were on the floor. So what do? They come out in the third quarter, hold them to 18%, 18 points, and I think 42% for that second half. So it's no secret, Ali. When we defend, we're a good team. In that first half, we looked like the team that flew in the day of the game, was playing their third game in 4 nights for whatever reason. But it was great to see the defense pick up. I thought our bench in the second half was great. And obviously when you have 35 assists and the ball is moving as well as it did, good things usually happen. And on top of that, Gary Harris just had one of those nights.
Hey, Gary Harris, the first half, 28 points. In the second half, it seemed that you were clamping down on him, but he started assisting for his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, the start that he got off was incredible. And he tied a career high, I believe, tonight. And that's a great thing about our team. If they take one person away, we have plenty of other guys that are willing and capable of making a play for themselves or for their teammate. I got to give a lot of credit to Will Barton. Obviously, he doesn't make shoot-around. He's sick, he's got a temperature, and he goes out there and I think plays great basketball for us off the bench, especially in that second half. So yeah, it was a good win. It was great to get that bad taste out of our mouth from the Philadelphia game, and obviously we have another one in 2 days, and got to protect our home court again.
You spoke of expanding the bench before this game. Malik Beasley getting some more minutes, Torrey Craig. Who stuck out for you?
Yeah, I tell you, I mean, Kenneth comes in, first play, gets a dunk. And obviously, you know, Kenneth, one thing you know he's always going to bring is energy, rebounding. I thought Malik did a really good job. I think defensively, you know, I thought we had great execution. He gets a flagrant foul, and then we run a little short clock play, and he gets the layup on. I thought Torrey's defense was good. So I think all the guys that played did a good job in helping us get this win. So it was a team win, and I'm proud of our guys.
We started off a little bit slow, but picked up as the game went along. It seems like you've done a really good job at that kind of throughout this year. What does it just kind of say about the resiliency of this bunch and to rise to the occasion, you know, even though the start of the game may not be the strongest?
Well, I think you have to go back to what Gina brought up this morning in terms of, you know, we're one of the very few teams, I think 3 teams left, that have not lost 3 games in a row. And I think that's a really big thing because my first year, maybe even last year, we had long losing stretches that it takes forever to get back in front. So the fact that we lost 2 in a row, came in here and got the win, speaks to that resiliency. And obviously I think we're a team that, you know, we got off to a good start, and then we didn't play any defense. They took off and just kind of ambushed us to close the half. But at halftime, I think, you know, I asked our players before the game, what's our goal? If we want to be a playoff team, this is a game we have to have. I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, that team is playing their 3rd game in 4 nights. They flew in here today, and we haven't played for like 3 days. It was like all-star break. So there would be no excuses for us to lose this game. And I think they realized that, and they just picked up. Our defense in that 3rd quarter might have been our best defensive quarter of the season. So, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
With Gary specifically, you know, he does it efficiently from everywhere, but what allows him to be so efficient inside?
Well, I think you have to remember he is a former high school All-American football player. Could have gone anywhere in the country to play football. So he's not going to shy away from contact. He's a tremendous athlete, and he has really big hands, and he's able to absorb the hit and still finish. And I think his finishing, and when he gets going to his right hand downhill, good things usually happen. And obviously we've seen, I think in the last month, when they take him away, those driving lanes, he's making the right play. He's finding the open man. So, you know, Gary's game just continues to evolve, and it's exciting watching him grow.
Coming into today, did it feel like this was a game that he'd be able to go off in?
You know, not go off. I mean, you know, when you look at their team, they're a dangerous offensive team. I felt that we'd be able to score against them. And obviously, you know, to the deep thoughts by Micah at halftime, once we got defense into it, we were still able to score at a high level. And you got to give them credit. I mean, 3 games in 4 nights is not easy. We have, I think, 4 or 5 of them this month ourselves, and flying in the day of a game. I mean, it's, you know, it's too bad it had to be like that for those guys. But, you know, Gary was able to take advantage of what was there and give him credit for doing so.
It's a theme I asked you about before. It's January. Rough quarters happen, even embarrassing quarters happen. Who's the voice other than your deep voice that's wearing a uniform rather than a suit?
I tell you what, it's a great question, Kiss. The guy that has blown me away this year from a leadership standpoint has been Darrell And I'll give you a great example of that. Darrell Arthur comes into my office before the game and says, "Coach, can I talk to you?" I said, "Sure you can." And most times when a player comes into your office, it's about them. I need more minutes. I want to play. Well, Darrell Arthur is all about team. He says we should play Kenneth. And it blew me away because selfless. He wants what's best for the team. And the funny thing was, and I started laughing, I said, well, listen, we've already met as a staff, and I have Kenneth in the rotation. I think he can help us as well. But Darrell has been unbelievable this year. His positivity, his leadership, his voice is the voice I hear after I'm done talking. And I think it's invaluable to have a guy like that who every player in that locker room respects the hell out of Darrell Arthur. His voice carries weight. And when it's not just me, that is so invaluable for a team and the locker room, especially with how young we are.
Do you think that some of the struggles in the second quarter were related to those guys who weren't playing, getting minutes now again with the expanded rotation?
You know what? I can't put it all on just those guys. I thought that second quarter was everybody. Again, myself and every player that played in that quarter, we were all a part of that. And they scored so easy. I mean, I told our guys at halftime, 76%, 41 points. A team that had just played 3 games in 4 nights, that is embarrassing. And we should all be embarrassed by that. Now let's go do something about it. And to our guys' credit, they did. You know, we didn't change anything. I mean, like everybody thinks, oh, you changed. No, we went out there and actually made a concerted effort to defend at a high level. And obviously that allowed us to get right back in the game, take the lead, and take off from there.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.